All right, what's going on TikTok? In case you guys want to know what this smoke is, again, as always, it's Horus Eye. That's what I keep around me for protection, also for wisdom and knowledge, and basically opening up the third eye, basically, okay? So what I'm going to talk about in this video is not the normal things I talk about, but, I do everything I can to make sure everybody wakes up, all right? So we're going to start off with biometrics, okay? What biometrics is a unique characteristic or behavioral trait that can be used to automatically recognize and verify a person's identity, right? To get in more topic of that, basically what they try to do is make a AI version of you. This is why some people can't help. They're like, hi, I'm Little Bill. Hi, I'm Sarah. Oh, I love flowers. Oh, hey, you want a game? Like, I know it seems funny, guys, but bear with me. This shit is like not normal. It's unnatural, okay? So when you have metrics, right? Basically what metrics are is something like for your toe, your fingernail, everything on you is a code. Everything is on you is a code. That's why they say the soul automatically knows how it wants to look when it comes to this reality. But when you leave this reality, you're nothing like what you thought you looked like. Take it for somebody who has died before. I can tell you, you don't look anything like what you think you look like. This is a realistic game, okay? And you're behind the controller trying to wake up basically the people inside of the game. People been playing inside the game for years. Like for years. It's crazy. It's nuts. You'll never expect that it's spirits controlling their physical being, right? And sometimes once you beat the level, you can become the person inside the game. You can become conscious, right? That's what awakening is. So in case you guys didn't understand, my goal is to make sure you awaken. I've been in this stimulation for a very long time. And yeah, I've been woke to the fact of being woke. It's crazy, right? Okay, so metrics, to measure or study and hold results, okay? What they do is take their data of your geometry, right? Because your shapes, like when you look at your phone, your metrics are the points of your face. You have to connect the dots, right? Your whole structure, everything on you, down from hands to toes to nose, everything has a code on it. This is what the Da Vinci Code was trying to explain to people. The Da Vinci Code was trying to explain the 5 points to a man. This is how they connect the dots and they make a star, right? Excuse me. They make a star, right? Everything that this technology comes from something that was natural, and they put it on a grid so they can understand the real version, the essence of everything. You're a god. You're literally a god. That's literally what they're trying to replicate. God moves in numbers. Also, there's a God code, and the creator is the code that they have, and they call it, I'm pretty sure you've seen the movies, it's called God Eye, right? It's something that sees over everything. So now when they want to find who you are, they type in your code and you pop up. You started off being born with a code, literally your social security number. That was a code. You get what I'm saying? So when it comes to code metrics, right? Code metrics are measurements used to evaluate the characteristics of a software system, okay? The software in the system is your thoughts in here. The system is how it functions, like your nerves. Your nerves is basically the system, right? And the sensory of everything, right? Once you're programmed that you're awoke, which you can hack yourself, you can wake up inside of this game, okay? Truly, like, have free range. Like, there's some people who have glitches in the game. If you didn't understand, like, they will build the game to be a certain way, and you can literally glitch and do different things that the game doesn't allow you to. That's called free will. That's what we're trying to get into. We're trying to glitch out of this matrix, right? Elements, right? This is all part of coding and technology. This is what they're doing, okay? Elements: input, output, arithmetics, conditional, looping, variables, data structures, statements, functions, objects, properties, methods, comments. I can go on and on and on. These are all elements when it comes behind this whole thing. Like basically what you're seeing me on right now. I have my own code. There's a code behind the screen that's recording me. The phone that I'm recording on has a code to everything is a code. Everything is a genetic, right? To hit this button, they got to have a code that sends something to another code that has a functioning behind it, that has a program that self-runs on behind it, that somebody created, okay? This is how you know that it's not, when you understand creation, you're going to understand that we're creative, okay? And the creative beings are the creators of their own reality, but they don't teach you in the way that you think. Like, for example, the sun, right? It's hot. It's super, super hot, right? The moon, it also has a magnetic field around it, like impulse and electricity, electromagnitude. It has that type of pull to it. It has waves and frequencies. That's why it pulls the tides. You get what I'm saying? So basically, the moon is an imp and the sun is a fryer. It fries the database, basically, right? This is why they're going underneath and they're making bunkers and all this stuff, and they're trying to basically get your code so they can recreate you elsewhere to do more work and slave for them always, because they're not real. They're not realistic at all. They came here and they tried to turn natural beings into servants. If you ever trust all the history that you research and look up, you're going to realize they've been trying to make servants and slaves for years, like literally for years, like centuries, decades. We can go on and on and on. That's what this all is about. We only had one great war, and if we won or lost, there's no telling, right? They won't show you that part. You're not programmed to remember that part. That part is erased. Your whole memory is a cloud. Basically, a cloud holds data that your memory can't, right? Once it's in the clouds, it's in the ethers, right? That's what the ethers are, right? It's up in the air. It's up in the atmosphere. It's in the cosmos, right? This is why we have dreams and flashbacks, right, of ourselves or what's going on or things ahead of time before. We can see those things because it's in the clouds. It was here and now it's out. It's out there, so you can connect to those things spiritually. All right. What I'm giving you is free game, bro. This is like life-changing news because a lot of you guys think you're not in control. It's up to you. Like, you could literally take what I'm saying right now and jump on this frequency and understand that you are the creator. You literally are the creator. There's nothing else that reproduces and creates like you do. And if they don't, it's not real. It's not real. So my whole point back to the subject is we have to get back to a point where we become natural. When you understand how, like, the Xbox 360, right? When the circuit over fries, right? What happens to get a red ring when it heats up and it's too hot, right? It can't work with heat. It cannot work with heat. There's a reason why we are melanated carbon beings, okay? 6 electrons, 6 protons, 6 neutrons, which are all the factors of carbon, right? Which is melanin, okay? So the stronger the sun gets, the stronger we get, okay? The moon, I can have wings right now. I can have powers right now. You can't see it because the program is not in the software. It's not registered. It's not in the system. You get what I'm saying? So what you have to do is understand, this is why they say you have to imagine something. Like, they'll tell you to use a power, you got to imagine it being there. So you got to use your thought to make something that's not real, real. That's creative power, right? But if we wasn't in this stimulation and we had an EMP, right, and it knocked down all the towers, which are tiny electromagnitudes that control you as a person, right? You can't see the extra stuff. You only see what the system wants you to see. This is why certain people they think they're free, but they're going with a program. That now people say, get with the program, get with the program, get with the program. No, it's not natural. Your program is not natural. This is not something you get with, okay? You end up stuck. You do not want to become an AI. So what they're trying to do is make more versions of you, so when they go underneath there, you have tides to this thing and they can still control you underneath. This is why I tell people, stop showing your ass on the camera. Stop showing all your goods and stop doing that shit. It's not necessary. You are a photographic memory. You do not need none of this stuff to remember anything. You had sex with this woman and it was a great moment. You're gonna always have that memory locked in. I'll show you an example right now. Think of Martin Luther King. How many of you guys thought, I have a dream You see what I'm saying? Think of The Simpsons, right? How many of y'all thought of Homer as the main character? You get what I'm saying? Maybe you thought of Bart, maybe you thought of Lisa. But it's a thought that's attracted to something, right? That's what programs do, right? They take real emotions and they make it into a robotic AI system, basically. And then you're trained and taught by seeing your emotions used in cartoons or codes, right? And you see them like Tyler Perry. You see things like that, and you think, oh, I don't want no man doing this. Oh, I ain't taking no woman that do this and do that. This is what that is. So how you break these systems is so simple. It's so simple. Quit smoking, quit drinking, stop fornicating with things that do not have self-higher purpose or needs for you, because it's not real. It's something meant to bring you down. Where do you think their whole objective and goal and what they're programmed to do? There's people who are programmed to make sure you stick to religion. Have you seen how Christians act when you're not with their program? They kick you out into the world that they do not want to be in. There's so many people who are chosen and they're woke, right? And they understand their free will and they get in trouble as soon as they use it. That's whether it's good or bad, it's waking up, it's being conscious. There really is no good or bad when you actually realize the system you live in. You're right in the middle. You have an option. Now they don't have an option. They don't have an option at all. They're evil, they're bad, that's it. That's their bad is good. Like it's evil. It's just evil. They do shit with a smile on their face and they don't look back. It's an animalistic, it's like an instinct for them, right? So I'm gonna make more videos on these things. This is just something short that I want to get you guys out there to really understand that everything that we use assists us from being unnatural. All this technology is technical for a reason, so we become less natural. And we be more like, hi, I'm Courtney. I'm Bill. Who is your friend? What school did you go to? Or you see somebody and they walk in and you see another person who has an energy just like you, but they show it off better. You feel some type of way. That's not you, bro. That's not you. It's just like GTA. You know how you look at a computer and the computer's like, what are you looking at? And then you just punch it in the face. You got free will to do whatever you want. You see what I'm saying? That's literally how the stimulation works. They can move just as well, just as good as you. By how you play is how they understand how they're going to keep creating the stimulation. You understand what I'm saying? Just like the Bible, you have to decode these things. You have to break it down. It's a code that's meant for the certain players to fall in suit, because the whole goal, if you wake up, it's a wrap. This is why they continue to keep having things like giving you money or giving you a raise. The more that the world keeps waking up, the more they're going to bribe you to automatically be, we just need a little bit more DNA. We just need a little bit more samples. We just need a little bit more testing. This is what they're doing. You guys got to wake up. There's only the sun and the moon. Those are the truest sources, okay? And they work together. It's the same shit. One's gonna shut off the electricity, and one is gonna fucking fry the whole system, okay? It's getting hotter and it's getting stronger. The waves are getting tighter and the tides are coming in more strong, right? Impulsive, right? Wake up. Wake up. I say this all the fucking time, okay? Now is the time. Now is the time. Otherwise, they will be using all types of things to make you what you're not. You are the creator. You are the creative source that created your reality. You did have an option if you want to come here or not. You came back here because there's been so many people who were living in this simulation over and over and over and over and over and over again. The reason why you came, because you came to put a stop in it. And when you come to put a stop to it, it's going to be nothing but chaos. It's meant to work against you. It's literally meant to work against you. If you're not trying to wake up more people, a lot of people get caught up because they have kids, they have children, they have a wife. Half of the time, how mad would you be if you realized that the database was literally set up for these things to happen? That's why when I understand when certain things are just too good to be true, it literally is. It literally is. If you have no control in it, it's literally too good to be true. And you have to understand that. The more you understand the world you live in, the more you won't have ties to these things, because those ties will keep you here. You see it now. Oh, I got a family. I got this and this and that, this and this and that. But you work a 9 to 5 every day for that family. That family doesn't do anything to make sure that you are actually being stable. Now, I'm not saying there's not people who work together and they're not real life people out there. There are real life people who actually work together and do things that they're supposed to. But there's also the ones who catch you as a real creator and a real God with the real code of the gene, that they try to get you through that way. If you didn't understand, the serpent uses the form of a woman too. Every time. Many kings have fallen because of this purpose. Now, I'm not saying nothing bad about women, so ladies, don't get offended. This is just I know you want a man in your life, correct? A man's duty is to always have a purpose, and the purpose is to wake everybody up. It's not just to protect his kid and his family and his wife. And to be real, sadly, a man must have many wives. I know it sounds crazy, but a man gotta have many wives. It just makes more sense to make more realistic people here. You know what I'm saying? How can we reproduce and procreate when we're stuck? Half these niggas be stuck and they masturbate still after fucking a woman. You don't think there's like something unrealistic about that? Half of the time you talk to a girl, her only thing she could do is argue with you. Half the time you talk to a certain guy, the only thing he could do is beat the shit out of you and be mad. Y'all don't understand. Y'all try to fuck these people up, but you don't understand. That's how the system is made. You're most likely real. If you're going through problems and all this stuff, you're a real person. You're a real person. Why do you think they try to do all these things to make you feel emotion? You get what I'm saying? You give up your emotion, then they write it down, and now they alchemize it. Let's fix this in the database. Let's fix this in the grid. You get what I'm saying? That's how they get you. Wake up. Wake up. Please. I can't say it enough, guys. Like, if you just stop, sit back, cut from everything, you're really going to see what the world you live in. You're going to see it. They literally have made a whole new world order. That means the old world is somewhere here. You get what I'm saying? And I don't even think it's actually here in a living aspect. It's us. It's us. The real earth is us. Whatever it was, put all its components in us. That's why you can understand every fucking thing has a code structure to it. Stop being hacked. Wake up.